Here we go, Chessie, Lone Druid. Okay, Swindle. Yeah, we're in. Headsets they've got. 3, 2, 1, go. We're in. The game has begun. We've got it on our screens. I can't quite believe it, Purge, but here we go. EG versus Complexity. Game 1 is underway. Everyone's managed to grab their heroes, got themselves in. We have talked about the drafts and stuff before. We had that little bit of a break. Hopefully you ladies and gentlemen still stuck with us through that one and are ready for the Dota as much as we are here, of course, and a lot at stake here, especially for the two captains. You know, there's always kind of been that long-term rivalry of PVD and Swindles. I think it's kind of settled down over the past, but it's over kind of the recent times, but still, you know, they do not want to lose to each other.
I have heard so many times that casters bring up Swindle's rivalry with somebody else. Maybe he just has rivalries with everybody.
I think he has rivalries with himself. Absolutely. And I mean, that's what's great to watch about this team. And it's great to listen to him as well. You know, he is a man who's not afraid to say anything. I'm afraid I'm surprised he's still in the country. You know what I mean? He's the kind of guy who'll say something, he'll get him kicked out.
I see what you mean. So you're saying I should be more careful as well?
You should, Purge. Okay. You're a very controversial man. All right, especially when it comes to item builds, and you know, Russians don't take them lightly.
AUI going for the full agility morph here, just as much last hitting power as possible in lane, and that should give him the ability to zone a bit more. He's easy to punish here, but with a dual support, he should be completely fine. And it's kind of weird to see Complexity's warding this game. They are entirely worried mid lane, and if one of these get dewarded, the other ward should still provide some advantage and some vision. So kind of cool to see the double mid ward, but that is their most vulnerable lane for sure.
I mean, as you said, unlikely that both get dewarded. Which one would you say is more likely to be dewarded by EG?
Left side one, easily.
The left side one's the more common, yeah.
The one on the right side doesn't give as good a vision either. It's gonna
just kind of doesn't quite catch out the ranges at the bottom.
No, it won't. But it does give some potential cover mid, mostly for the right side ramp approaching mid lane. That's where it's gonna get the value. So, we'll see how the mid lane goes. Limp usually does quite well in the mid lane. But with these two supports on the enemy team, it's going to be a little scary. And Bulba as well. He's just going to be AFK jungling with Night Stalker right now, which means that he can easily transition in some of these fights as well.
I was going to say, I mean, what do you think about this decision? Is this the way to play as a Night Stalker this game? You just don't bother wasting any time in the lane as level 1? You try and get the faster levels in the jungle?
Yeah, one of the things I pointed out in the draft, or like, you know, within the last 2 hours that we've been sitting here filling time, is that they can easily set up an arrow with Fortune's End into arrow, because you can get a maximum 2.5 seconds immobilized, so very straightforward to be able to kill a hero like Night Stalker with a long disable. And in the meantime, Z-Freak's going to go get experience in the offlane, which is he continuously does. They do this very, very often on Complexity.
And I was going to say, this is the thing as well, though. I mean, Z-Freak obviously, I'm actually going to get rolled into here.
He's fine now.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's fortunate that he got the level 2 there. Obviously walking around with that arrow at the start.
Yeah. If Fear would have found him a little bit earlier, he actually could have just chased him all the way down.
Certainly with that Orb of Venom, for sure. And I think we've seen Bulba do this before. He plays it very, very nicely in the jungle. We can expect incredibly quick levels from the man on the Night Stalker. Swindles as well, there with this Beastmaster hit, playing very, very safely. And as you said, it's going to give space to both of the safe lane as a mid lane. Fear rolling in, doesn't quite connect the slow onto Limp. So Limp's going to be fine for the time being.
Did he even put a boulder down for that one, or the remnant?
No, don't believe he did.
I'm not sure, it seemed a little bit slow there. But you gotta hit that extra nuke because it's 100 damage. It's pretty significant. It is hard to kill Dragonite because he's got 2 points in armor already, so that's like free ring of health basically, and he's gonna take a lot of harass from Puck. So this way with Calling Blade, he should be able to reliably continue to gain farm and dodge ganks. It's looking okay for Complexity as a whole, and I do like their prospects once they get in the mid game.
Here we go on the bottom. I mean, you can see this bit of a wraparound here from Fear. He's got himself the Invis rune. This is always very, very nice to try and set up this first blood attempt. He's only level 1, of course, and actually with that sentry, that could be pretty big here. They do see him, and now the pings are coming out, but already Z-Freak in trouble. He's going to look to jump himself down. The question is big, can he chase this? He's going to go for it rolling in. He's going to miss the initial roll, but if he can get the slap through...
Got an arrow now, I think.
And he has got boots as well, Z-Freak.
Oh, okay. If he has boots, he's going to be just fine. That was a huge sentry, though, because he kills the ward and gets out and takes a lot of that focus.
Yeah.
That was really nice. And he also blocked this large camp, by the way, so this isn't going to respawn anymore. That was such a big play by him.
I mean, they were talking about Z-Freak on the panel, and it's just little kind of decisions, little plays like this that really do add up, and going to allow Complexity to have this very nice start. We can see at the moment from the two junglers, as expected. I mean, Swindle's having a much quicker time than Bulba, but I mean, just look at the numbers. He's killed 26 creeps, Bulba's only killed 9 at the moment.
It's totally standard, just because the boars, their damage versus neutrals got buffed recently, so Beastmaster as well, as Nightstalker hit about as hard, with the difference being Beastmaster also has an aura that increases attack speed, so by all means he does way more damage to neutral creeps. Ooh, he might die here, he's gotta be careful.
Nah, he's finally can man up. Yeah.
So he picks up level 5 here.
I mean, this is why we're seeing Beastmaster being banned out. It's ridiculous. Level 5 of this. He's gonna have level 6 by what? Before the 5-minute mark, and then suddenly you're coming in with an incredibly effective gank.
Yeah, I think the most straightforward way that they're gonna have to nerf this is just lower the boar attack damage. It was fine before, but the fact that it does like an extra 50% to neutrals, where it didn't do that much before, just has completely made the hero unreasonable for them.
And look at this with this smoke from EG Volva moving in from the side. They've got the silence, 4 of them closing in onto the DK. He's got a few points for the Dragon's Blood. If he gets out of this, I mean, surely not, he won't. Sumail gets it first blood. The arrow comes through onto PPD from Z-Freak on the sidelines. They'll try and nuke him down. They will find the kill in return. But nonetheless, that is EG with the first blood onto that mid lane DK, so they will be very, very happy with that opening.
I like how they set that up as well. They attacked while it was still daytime, so he didn't necessarily anticipate the Nightstalker from being there. He might actually get an Oracle kill.
Yes, with this DD, I think we can see each punch, 117. Fear joins the cause as well, and Handscan, well, he can save himself from magic, but not from the punches. They'll find themselves another. Now, eyes onto Fear, Complexity. They found the trade on the mid lane swap up. Maybe they can find a trade here as well, and they do. They'll get themselves one back in return. So already we're seeing how well Complexity do react to what EG is able to do, but at the same time, it is EG kind of just slightly coming out top in terms of the kills. And bottom lane, Owie moves in. We were talking of Z-Freak earlier, but this time getting outplayed by the Morphling. Kill, a solo kill for Owie, who's already having a very nice time in the lane. That is not who you want to be giving away a free kill to.
He did that so perfectly AOI though, because he waited until the arrow was very close to hitting him to make the bottom think, oh, I actually got him, this is going to work. But he waveforms through it at last moment and is able to kill the Mirana. Another thing about the mid lane gank with Nightstalker getting killed on the Oracle, I don't know if the Oracle's first skill was up or not, because it does remove the DD. He removed it right before he died. Might have been the long cooldown on that, but that can kept him alive there.
So there's 4 here, EG Limp, for the Dragon Form, there's 4 of them. Handscan is dead to try and save them. Swindles rotating as well with the Ron. Sumail, maybe Complexity can turn this. With a Frostbite from PPD, holding Swindles in place. Swindles will back up. Sumail digging low, he's going to go. He's going to get nuked down there by Handscan. Eyes onto Bulba, can they try and find themselves a second here? Limp coming up the high ground. He might not even need it. One more touch to do it. He'll pop it just to make sure they do get themselves another kill. Arrow coming forward, PPD jukes it out. Complexity hitting back hard there in the mid lane, and Lim off it. Playing around here on the back, Swindles will keep himself away and fit. He's got to roll, he has got to hide. No TP for 15 seconds. And you can see, this DK going to look to try and close him up. They are moving it around, but no, it's not going to go all the way up top. But Complexity hitting back hard there in that mid lane.
Yeah, COL's doing quite well. EG doing well also. They're both playing around what each team is doing. EG is going to want to keep killing the Dragon Knight to limit his farm, and Complexity is doing their best to keep him alive. The Oracle's actually really paid off here. Just like a Fate's Edict with a heal on top of Dragon Knight, even if the Fate's Edict blocks a nuke or 2, it's completely keeping him alive. And he's already gone through a full infused raindrop in the mid lane, which has lost him gold, but also has made some of these kills so hard that it's gotten Complexity return kills. So these itemization choices that they've been making have actually given them a much better shot at winning the game.
And I was going to say, I'm looking at these two kind of safe laners. They've both been given a bit of free farm. There's a slight edge at the moment for Lone Druid. He did get the 6-minute Midas as well. What are you more scared about getting free farm and lots of space? A Lone Druid or a Morphling?
It depends on the timing windows. For the point that's like 16 to 25 minutes, Lone Druid's way scarier, but for the 30 to 90-minute game, Morphling is generally way scarier. So, and it also kind of depends what they do with their early items. We know exactly what Lone Druid's going to do. He's going to get a Radiance. He's going to be able to team fight quite well. But the difference between the two here is that Morphling can get solo kills a lot better than a Lone Druid can. The other difference being Lone Druid can push towers solo generally a lot better than Morphling can, but Morphling's split push abilities are a bit better also, although I guess similar. So both heroes have some similarities, but they have different power curves and strengths.
And look at this smoke now from Complexity Z-Freak. And Handscan looking to rotate around to the top lane to help out Jesse. Bulba's there, Fear's on the sidelines, and already Bulba being initiated on. There's the setup, Arrow to follow through. Fear will throw the boulder down. Bulba, he's going to be able to walk this one off a little bit too tanky for Complexity to break through the health ball.
Yeah, the only way that works is if Z-Freak's sitting so far away that he gets like a 4-second arrow or something like that, because at some point it's straightforward.
Sumail making a move in onto Limp. The Fear going to miss the roll in, and there's going to be a reaction from Complexity with the Rod. Sumail, the arrow to fall through. They'll take down the puck. Eyes onto Bulba. Limp's been silenced again. Fear trying to control Complexity, stopping them from being able to find more. Owie turning up to this fight as well in mid lane. Complexity getting themselves away with a kill onto Samael and losing nothing in return.
Get some lag. We got another crash. That's unfortunate. He is actually just the most unlucky player. That's actually ridiculous how often his computer has been crashing. And he got a spike as well.
Oh, he's back.
Okay, maybe he has one of those laggy accounts like RTZ.
I could do, yeah.
And people are wondering about that. They travel so much that I wonder if it's assigning them to like a server that's on a different side of the planet or something like that. So they're getting slight packet loss on their accounts. It'll probably get reset eventually. I'm not sure what's going on completely there, but maybe he's got one of those accounts.
Maybe.
Infused raindrops here, again purchased by Limp, and it's actually getting him value. It's kind of expensive, but every single one that you buy that keeps you alive in a fight is absolutely worth it, especially if you get a return kill. And
the cost as well for the amount of mana regen you get at that rate. It's you know, it is a really good value item.
Yeah. Now it looks like this corrosive breath is actually damaging Limp, but it doesn't actually look like it's doing anything at all. The damage over time aspect, appears to be working, but it's not. So it doesn't actually do that much for Morphling to make this rep here, but it does zone the Dragonite a slight amount. And it also gives AUI the potential to jump to it and be closer and force Dragonite more out of position.
For sure, I mean, you can see the moment Handskin just hanging on the sidelines on the mid lane just in case they make a jump onto them. Bottom lane, Swindles, he's level 9. It's going to be interesting as well what Swindles does with his headdress. I mean, that's not always something that we see a Beastmaster pick up.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah. Probably Fast Lads, I suppose.
Okay, rather than the Necro Rush.
I think he's still going to Necro. I think he just wanted some early regen.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, it's not that big of a side tangent. It kind of is, but 600 gold, 575 now, actually. So it's a little expensive.
But would he be the one to pick up the pipe against EG's lineup? Because we talked about the magic. You know, if you've got a pipe against this...
Yeah, I think you're right.
It'll have to
be after Necro 1 minimum. Probably Necro 3. You can have a setup here on TBD.
Yeah, nice Moonlight Shadow here to move in onto the CM, just take down a quick kill, and you know they'll look for a push off the back of it. They'll have a good chance of taking this tier 1.
Yeah, the relatively fast Swindle 6 is giving them a lot of good advantage here. They're getting arrow setups, and now they're going to take a tower.
Radiant's bottom tower is
on the tree line, but they know he's here now with the Hawk. Have they got the control to bring Owie down? The arrow is going to be a little bit late. Owie gets the chance to get himself away. Didn't preemptively have a replicate out, so they will still be able to chase. He starts to move to strength. The root is there. If they can bring down this Morphling, that'll be great. We've seen Owie before. He needs to have a perfect start. He's not going to get this time. Complexity finds the kill. Now they'll look for more. Starstorm coming down. The EG trying to fight back in the middle of this one, but Samael and Bulba, they're now the retreat. Fear turning back into the fight with PPD. Nice stuns from the Earth Spirit onto 2. Arrow flies through, it's going to catch up to a creep. They've lost the Swindles Beastmaster in return. Orbing in, Samael, he's not done. You can see the Magnetize already just forcing Complexity to back up. Hold on the front lines, who's he going to go for? He's going to lock down Handskin. Make sure there's no safe potential here from Complexity as they get themselves a double on the Night Stalker. Limp falling low as well again. Fear with the Boulder Smash, the silence onto Seafreak and Limp. Limp can he get himself out? Dragon Tail Samael, but Fear rolling forward, trying to chase down the DK, can't quite close the gap.
He ran out of rocks there. Sumail using his Veil a little bit late in that fight. I don't know if he got there just too late, but his Veil came out after most of the magnetized damage had been done, and Fear just completely ran out of boulders and stone remnants, and because of that, he wasn't able to secure the Dragonite kill either. I think Bulba as well might have been able to cast Void, so just a couple small micro mistakes there that could have given either team huge advantages. And COL as a whole looking very strong. The biggest thing about that fight, though, is they weren't able to get the tower. They did all of that aggression, they looked very hard to kill, they didn't get the tower.
This game, I mean, as you just said yourself, it is looking to be a close one. Complexity coming in, EG hitting back hard. But that definitely felt kind of like the more coordinated team fight from EG. You know, Complexity just kind of overstepping the mark a little bit. Bulba's awareness. Bulba and Fear, I feel, were the ones that really played that team fight absolutely perfectly, and just allowing some else coming off the back of it. I mean, we're seeing between, well, the 3 heroes, really. The Night Stalker, the Earth Spirit, and the Puck. At this point, when there's no BKBs and Complexity, the silences just absolutely ruin them. You get your the cores who have these stuns that are absolutely crucial for securing a team fight. At this point, it's incredibly disruptive.
Yeah, the stuns are a pretty big deal, but also the arrow setups. They missed a couple of them. I mean, they didn't necessarily expect AUI to be there. They had to go in instantly, but the arrow came a little bit later. This fight hit a creep instead of a hero in it, so that's the kind of stuff that you have to be really careful about. You have to land those chain stuns, otherwise you're getting no value from from the Mirana.
Limp. No, he's picking up the gloves today, so it looks like he will still go for that armlet build first this game. And then it'll be the Shadow Blade, Blink Dagger, both, or...
Not so fast.
Stream.
Yeah, it looks like they're
everyone
still
got
playing,
kicked. Well, there we go. We're back in. Well, the Russians are. Are we? Oh, look at that. We have a nice transition.
Alright, as long as we got a preview monitors, we're good.
We're good. We're back in.
Do you see that poor Hawk?
Poor Hawk.
How do you waveform into the sky? How does that work?
How do you waveform, Punch? I mean,
That's a better
I've
question.
not tried to do that myself, but I feel like I'd end up losing a few organs with it. Oh, here we go. Straight onto Sumail. The arrow to follow through as well. They can kill this puck. Can they get Sumail with a burst? They do. Nice view from Hansken to seal the deal. At the same time, Volbe's got himself onto Swindles. Going to be kept alive with the false promise that allows him to get the raw off to Aoi. Great play here from Hansken. Nuking down the puck, ensuring that Swindles gets the chance to lock down Aoi, and COL find themselves 2 kills, and EG with nothing to react to.
Yeah, that's everything EG has to be careful about right now. Puck is a very survivable hero, but if you don't go blink first, then you can't get out of position anymore, because all it takes is one stun with a ground roll-up and a third hero to nuke, and that's why their lineup is actually quite good. The Oracle's going to guarantee that 4s are going to stay alive, and then they have tons of nuke damage and stun damage to follow up and guarantee kills, so EG can't get out of position because it's going to be complexity taking towers for free afterwards.
Sweet, there we have it. Taking the tower down there, at least putting a lot of pressure on it, and the reaction from EG will come through. Armlet now complete on the Dragonite, ready for the next fight. Roshan is up. It's going to be interesting to see what time one of the teams feels like they're going to be able to go for the rush.
Yeah, I think Lone Druid for now just really focuses on the Radiance. It's a lot safer to do this. They may use Dragonite ulti here once he hits 11 to clear the Ancient stacks, so they've been stacking it a lot. I mean, Lone can do this here, but it's not as fast as some other characters. At the very least, he'll have to use Battlecry, yeah.
I mean, if Jesse can finish this off, he's going to be pretty much well on his way to having that Radiance done at a very good time.
This is the problem.
It's hard. It's not easy for a Lone Druid to just clean up the Ancients.
I kind of feel like he wasted a lot of opportunity here. Now his bear is lower on HP, that means he has to resummon it or send it back to base. They lose their mid tower as a result. Like, commit the Dragonite or something, but normally they do a lot of stacks when they play games complexity, but they usually have a hero that can deal with it. Either Axe, for example, can spin it out, or something else.
Oh, hello. Oh.
Hello.
And so we're thinking about, hopefully you guys at home can see it. We've actually we've lost game sound production, so hopefully you guys at home can hear the sounds of the game.
We may not have English Observer, could be it. Maybe this is Russian Observer.
Is this Russian Observer? Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. We have got the Russian.
No,
oh no.
No, Wepos.
Oh, Wepos, Wepos, you made it big. You're actually on the big screen. The Russians are sitting.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay.
What's
happening? Fill me in.
I believe he is.
Oh, that's a Radiance pickup. I'm pretty sure.
Not an Earth Spirit. That's Divine Rapier on a platter, really, for the side of complexity, if that's the case.
Oh man, he can roll in Boulderoo. What's the big deal?
True, what, you just jump in, give him a slap. Oh, you're back in, Purge. We can actually cast from your screen. I don't know why I'm trying to look at Fizz. You're actually in, so...
oh yeah, I was actually missing.
Oh, yeah, we're back in as well.
Oh great, now I'm not important.
I don't think we missed anything, did we? 5-10, I believe it was 5-10 we went. Or did anyone die?
Biggest
Fill us in, Purge.
No fights.
Okay.
Biggest thing I saw was that the Radiance was picked up on Lone Druid, so that's our update. The Radiance
is that,
is the big thing.
Anything else? Well,
doesn't matter. There's a DD and an Armlet on Dragonite. They're going to be pushing mid. That's super big. This is the fight that EG maybe has to take, but Sumail's completely out of mana. This tower is just dead. So mid tower will fall here, and now COL's going to move around as 5 very, very often, and they're going to try to take more towers, take advantage. And once these towers are away, it should be a pretty straightforward, easy roach for them. especially before Sumail gets his Blink Dagger. He's about 300 gold away, so he's close, but I don't know if it's going to be in time. Necro 2 up on Swindles, see if there's anything else new. Z3 going mech.
He's got enough money for the level 3 as well, Swindles, so...
Yeah. Once for a friend.
Yeah, having enough to push. I guess as well with the headdress, it was kind of a casual pickup. I guess, you know, later on he's going to be finishing that off into the blast. But
Yeah.
as you said, he's still getting that standard hair. Build up here with the Necro units.
It
Top
makes,
lane,
it makes their
Owie.
5-man so good.
I believe, what's Aaron got in the couriers? That is full out Lincoln spin up.
I wouldn't be surprised. He hasn't died that much.
It must be about this
Oh,
point.
you want me to click on it?
No, I was going to say, I'm not going to, you're the Allen's.
You ready for me to click on this?
Can you click on the current post?
Okay, fine. Alright, it's a Lincoln.
It's the link, because he's got it done.
I just messing with you.
He's
It's
got it done.
So much fun.
So 18-minute Lincolns, I mean that's great for the more things. Yeah, that's good
Yeah.
farm speed at the moment for him.
Yeah, it's a good timing. And the important thing is that it stops things like Dragon Tail Stun, Roar. There's some other spells that they can throw that'll interrupt it, like I don't know, Purifying Flames on Oracle or maybe Fortune's End. But he can just stay alive in fights and transition into his second and third item, then Morphling's going to contribute a lot. But this is why the hero isn't picked that often. He's good in the lane for contributing to kills because he has a position-based nuke and he can continue right-clicking with that. But he's not as good early game as heroes like Dragonite, and he's not as safe as heroes like Lone Druid, for example. So, but as he gets his second and third item, he's going to have a huge impact. It's going to be huge. Like, complexity isn't going to scale into items that deal with it, basically. None of their heroes are going to buy Orchid.
Windows, he's AFK. I'm looking over the move, he's a little bit angry at that. That's going to hurt.
Possibly migraine the boar.
At the same time, in the mid, they end up losing some men. Arrow on point from the ramp.
And look what they were doing. They were actually setting up in the hopes of...
Oh, don't fall for that, Rick.
That easy CM kill.
Yeah.
Oh, easy. You know, fun fact, in Dota 1, it was actually pretty easy to tell if a Morphling illusion was actually a Morphling illusion, but it's a little different in Dota 2, yeah. You could see the, I believe, like the name of the hero or the color, something like that was different.
Oh, we got game sound purge.
Oh, who cares, dude? I'm fine.
Look at Bear.
That's a good way to start.
Actually, Bear's dead.
Are you sure? Okay, you sure? Maybe? Alright, Rapier's down, I guess. Rapier not going to complexity. Fear dying.
I mean, 12 for 6 off the back that, you know, they just killed Sumail, they get Fear as well, they did lose Swindles, but complexity looking pretty strong at the moment, and it's exactly as you said, they do need to. This is the point of the game with the Lone Druid where they're going to have that edge against Owie's Morphling, who's yet to kind of really come online. Yeah, he's a bit of an issue, he's an annoyance. He's not going to be blowing anyone up though with just his Lincoln Sphere. He's going to be hard to kill for sure.
To pull his tower up at least. It's really hard right now, and that was the bear TPing back actually. Just the bear. Kind of a cool thing not enough players do. You can use TP scrolls on your bear. So he sends it back and now he can recall. It's like 3 boots of travel actually. It's really amazing more teams don't do this.
Oh, I think he killed him there. They'll certainly be happy with that gold. Alright, easy gold hit.
That's like a hero kill for AUI here.
300 gold, yes please.
So there's the resummon that stops the split push more or less. Still okay for complexity. I think they're relatively already trading that. But if the bear dies again in the fight, it's going to be a big target and EG can pressure and chase after.
Our complexity, yeah, there's no fortification here for EG. A complexity at a point where they can really just try and force the high ground.
They can pressure it a little bit. At the very least, they're going to do some tower damage. PPD going for a 2-4 build actually. He's not even getting his ult, which I don't think is terrible. I mean, there's so many stuns, there's good ways to set him up. He just needs to spam his 2 skills as much as possible. Split on attack speed, limit damage, help him.
And look at this, here's the push. What are you going to do to stop it? Lim jumping in on PPD with the arrow to follow through. It's not even going to be needed. He gets taken down by Swindle's axes. So look to focus on Lim jumping into the silence. Volva trying to chase down his DK. It's a lovely magnetize from Fear, forcing Complexity to back up, but they've already found themselves the tier 3. The bottom rack's now exposed in Complexity, getting away with this aggression, and it feels like EG are struggling to hold them back.
Well, they can kind of come back if they get healed up here, and that's what they're going to do. Because they know the ultis, some ultis were used magnetized. The only thing Fear could have done differently there, which would have been super next level, if he could have punched the Crystal Maiden away, and she wouldn't have gotten arrow comboed. Yeah. That's the only thing I can think of. That or a Force Staff. PPD was definitely out of position. He's back alive though. He's building a Force Staff of his own. He did have to buy back, but he's got enough items where I don't think that's too ridiculous.
Looks like Complexity going to back up. You see this line drawn here from PPD. He wants to try and make a wraparound happen and try and cut Complexity off. He feels the Complexity are going to be kind of sitting around this area, but it's not going to be the case. Complexity are backing up. So we'll see if EG are able to find this, but at the same time, this could be them walking up into the high ground against the side of Complexity already coming back in. So let's see how this goes down. Fear, he's going to move around. Who's going to spot who first? Sumail moving in. Currently all about there, actually backing out. PPD's been left behind again, and PPD, he'll get punished for that. He was the one to call the play. He will be the one to pay for that play, as it doesn't work out.
Morphling wasn't in the area. He would have had to TP to the tier 2, so that means that if he starts TPing as PBD dies, there's no way the fight goes well. So he's just going to keep pushing off bot lane, and they have to be able to take on this aggression. But COL is hitting a huge timing right now at 23 minutes.
Yeah, this really is kind of... They are trusting in Aoi big time here.
They're going in straight bottom. The creep wave is going to go high ground mid, which means that they can start being racks.
And with the Necro units in the bag, it's going to fall pretty quickly. EG, they're going to do to stop this. They brought Aoi back. He is there to try and help them hold off, but they've already lost the melee rack. Aegis, gone. We have it. A full set of racks down on the bottom lane. 23 minutes in.
Not good for EG at all. He is going to be able to kill some Necros to get some free gold, but catching somebody on the back line is going to be tough. They're all sticking pretty close together. They've got Oracle way in the back if somebody is getting bursted. So EG focusing somebody right now just doesn't look possible. They've got to wait until they get Ags on Night Stalker, E-Blade on AUI. That's the only way they win this.
Then that's the thing, is that going to come soon enough? Because this is looking terrifying now, the lineup of complexity. The fact that you look towards Chessie, he's got 4.5k on his lone druid, so the assault cuirass is going to be pretty much done for the next push. There's a BKB nearly finished on the Dragon Knight. I mean, when you add those two things together, how do you then stop Limp from Chessie just moving up to the base and just pushing down another lane?
You got to hit the back line. That's the only way at that point. And they can do that. They can wrap like a Night Stalker Morphling replicate around the back, jump in, one-shot somebody. He's almost got the item. He's about 400 away. So it's not game over for EG by any means. It's just they're definitely on the back foot. They're going to be living on farm.
This is such a great time. You know, Blink picked up on Swindles. You've got the pipe now on Z-Freak. Vlad's on Swindles. They've literally got everything. AC is done. BKB is done. Let's go. At the same time, there we go. A couple of big item pickups for EG. They've got the Ags, and they have got that E-Blade. So as you said, you know, they are going to be looking to burst down some of the backliners, and certainly with that combination of the vision and the nuke potential of Aoi, they can do that.
I don't know, man. With this pipe on Z-Freak, and he's got 4 points in his leap as well, so it kind of functions similar to a Blink Dagger. He can jump to where his allies are, pop the mech pipe. If he uses these items to keep people alive, kind of set. And same with Oracle. His second skill stops all magic damage for 3.5 seconds. If he sees AOI approaching and the E-Blade comes out, he knows what's going on. If he's just slightly fast, he's going to use 50 mana on a 13-second cooldown to completely nullify the advantage that Morphling puts out. So the fact that Morphling was picked in this...
Oh, what is it? No way! Z-Freak with that arrow from a mile off! Oh my goodness! Oh my...
Just anticipate that. Like,
that arrow was incredible.
That's such a big throw.
Absolutely incredible. I mean, as I said, the panel really were talking him up, and he really is. This Mirana play 317. What an arrow! And off the back of that, Aoi dead for 60 seconds. And as I said, EG this game, they have drafted in a way that they make space for Aoi. They trust in Aoi to win them the game, but I really feel at this point, Pudge, it's nearly over for the side of EG. As Complexity has just been playing this absolutely perfectly.
They pop pipe here. I think it's a little early for that. Because now it's not going to be up when they actually get
it just feels like Complexity, they don't care at this point. They realize that they are very much ahead this game, and I just feel that the strategy from EG has not worked out.
That arrow actually just got them a racks. It was like straight up just that one arrow racks. They burn all their cooldowns for that. I thought maybe they'll be alive in time, but this is a Dragon Knight Lone Druid with an AC. That's a 2 racks at 26 minutes.
A 20k gold lead at 26 minutes.
It's just going to get worse because now EG is going to spend all of their time pushing lanes, and Bulba's been building Ags, totally standard. But this draft was just not early game focused enough. They needed their supports to get a lot of kills, and they didn't really. All of the pressure came onto the Dragon Knight mid. Maybe they should have done some offlane ganks. Maybe they should have ganked jungle looking for Beastmaster, for example, but they just didn't get the value out of their heroes, and now EG's going to sit in their base a lot. Like, they'll make replicates with Morphling. He's going to go look for heroes to kill. But as we see every single Complexity game, these guys are going to 5-man till the game ends, and they've got the racks advantage to easily be able to do that.
And that's the thing as well. EG, their lineup, really the best at pulling out stronger creeps, are they?
If they're not, no.
It's not happening.
Morphling single target. Puck has some good nukes, but it's still mana base.
And look at this point as well. You look at Chessie, he's just picked himself up a hood. You know, certainly, how are you killing this lone druid? I really don't think you are.
He's even got a cloak on his spear bearer, so he's going full magic resistance.
There's Greaves done on Z-Freak as well.
Okay, he might even make another pipe on Lone Druid. Honestly, I think it's absolutely worth it. It's worth it this game.
Absolutely.
They've got a huge Rax advantage. If they just go high ground and then they pipe, the pipe dies, and then they do their second pipe, that's 800 HP to everybody on their team. That's a stacking 10% magic resistance sword. I think that stacks not 100%. But even if they get just the barriers for the two, massive advantage. And they have an Oracle on the back of that with a Glimmer Cape. Like, how do these guys even die? AY actually just E-bladed a creep. That's the most useful thing he can do with an E-blade right now.
This is obviously going to be frustrating for EG that they found themselves in this position. I mean, they're still battling on, but I don't know how they swing this round. I feel it's going to be Complexity kind of running into them one by one. Because when Complexity fight as a team, we've seen this game how well they can come out on top, and they have, to the point that they are at this point where they are so far ahead of the cores of EG.
Will COL do something amazingly, slightly a bad idea and therefore unpredictable? They could smoke into the Nightstalker ulti. They should probably wait. They're going to go down. Go on.
Limp trying to close the gap onto Bulba. Can't quite get the Dragon Tail out. Samel looking to catch on the back line. He does get a 3-man dream for Fear rolling as well with a Magnetize. Maybe this is the fight for EG. Can they do it? Swindles. Look for the roar, but Owie's Lincolns is going to block it. Limp jumps onto Fear. He'll be the first casualty of this fight. They'll take down one. And as we're seeing with the pipe, the Magnetize, the magic damage has done nothing. Complexity still walking around at full HP. PBD tries for an arm, but they've already lost Bulba on top of Fear. PBD's going to go down as well. Samel, he's got to get himself out of here. Oh, he's in right, okay. He actually tried to go with the double bluff there. It might actually work out. GG's called. It is all over Complexity. Just what a performance. EG never were able to get their lineup off the ground. You can see what they were trying to do here with the Owie morphing. It worked before. I believe it was against VP. I mean, Complexity are not. They're just not going to sit and let that fly at all. They're going to stop it and.
Their draft.
What a draft, what a lineup, and the item pickups as well, Purge.
Yeah, their draft was completely focused around protecting Dragonite mid because they knew that EG was going to have trouble ganking Beastmaster, who's jungling, and ganking the Lone Druid in the safe lane.
Yeah.
They were going to have a lot of trouble killing those heroes. They put both wards up, they constantly rotate their supports every time the kills happen. Yeah, sometimes they got the Dragonite. He invested heavily into infused raindrop.